Astro Bot leads another award nomination, Sony leaving PS4 and Game Pass behind with MLB The Show 25, details on Phantom Blade Zero difficulty, analysts believe $100 is too high an asking price for Grand Theft Auto 6, and more. Let's get to it. Let's start with some exciting news for Astro Bot fans. Astro Bot and Black Myth Wukong are leading the nominations at the Game Developers' Choice Awards. Up for Best Audio we have Animal Well, Astro Bot, Black Myth Wukong, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Best Debut nominees are 1000 Times Resist, Animal Well, Balatro, Pacific Drive, and Tiny Glade. Then Animal Well, Astro Bot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, and Lorelei and the Laser Eyes are competing for Best Design. The Innovation Award has Animal Well, Astro Bot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, and UFO 50 clashing for it. Up for Best Narrative there's 1000 Times Resist, Black Myth Wukong, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Metaphor Refantasio, and Mouthwashing. Then for Best Technology we have Astro Bot, Black Myth Wukong, Helldivers 2, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and Tiny Glade. Moving on we have Animal Well, Astro Bot, Black Myth Wukong, Metaphor Refantasio, and Niva, which are up for Best Visual Art. The Social Impact Award is contested by 1000 Times Resist, Astro Bot, Frostpunk 2, Life is Strange Double Exposure, and Niva. Lastly, the coveted Game of the Year has Astro Bot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Helldivers 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor Refantasio. Again, Astro Bot and Black Myth Wukong are the most nominated games, up for 7 awards, followed by Animal Well with 5. It's some great news for Team Asobi that has racked up over 100 Game of the Year awards so far, so we'll see if they can continue adding more. The winners will be announced at the end of the GDC 2025 on March 19. Now, do you agree with the nominees? Which games are you rooting for in each category? Let me know in the comments. Let's move to some quickfire gaming news. Sony has announced the new MLB The Show 25 and they have abandoned both last gen and Xbox Game Pass. The game will launch on March 18 but only for PS5, Xbox Series and Nintendo Switch, with early access on March 14 for anyone purchasing the Digital Deluxe Edition. It's the first time the game won't be launching on Game Pass since MLB The Show 21st, which according to Sony was a decision from the MLB at the time, while the game has never launched on PlayStation Plus. Arrowhead creative director Johan Pilestead has decided to take a sabbatical after working on Helldivers since 2016 and on the franchise since 2013. That's 11 years where he has set his wife, family and friends aside, as he said on Twitter. So he kinda really deserves that break. As for what's next for the studio, he teased at the beginning of the year that he was doing a high concept for the next game, while the studio just started doing a game jam with the most senior developers. Outside of the Sony blunder with Steam and PSN, Helldivers 2 has been a very successful live service game, so here's looking forward to what Arrowhead does next. Phantom Blade Zero, the upcoming action RPG from Chinese developer S-Game, may look like a Souls-like, but it will be a more forgiving experience. According to Chinese outlets, the game will feature 4 difficulty options that go from easy to extremely hard. Besides, boss fights will have at least 2 phases, but it will have checkpoints at the beginning of each phase. And also you can fight previous bosses again in a separate mode that will allow you to discover new bosses to fight. All of that adds up to about 20 hours of side content for a game that will be around 20 to 30 hours. Moving on, and as we learned on the Xbox Direct last week, Ninja Gaiden 4 is coming this fall in a collaboration between Team Ninja and Platinum Games, but it seems it was Phil Spencer that made it all possible. This was from Team Ninja's producer Fumihiko Yasuda in an interview with Game Watch, where he said that they were looking to make a new game for over 10 years. He said, and I quote, "I think everyone knows that the Ninja Gaiden series has been on hold for more than a decade, but Team Ninja has been considering making a new title for a long time. However, we were having difficulty deciding on a plan. Then Koei Tecmo president Hisashi Koinuma and Platinum Games president Atsushi Inaba, who are from the same generation and are good friends, had a chance to discuss the matter. After that, Phil Spencer from Microsoft suggested that the three companies, Platinum Games, Koei Tecmo, and Microsoft, work together on a new numbered title in the Ninja Gaiden series, and that's how the project got started. We have developed action games ourselves, but because we were going to be making a new Ninja Gaiden for the first time in over a decade, Platinum Games had already made a number of great action titles such as Bayonetta and Nier Automata, so we wanted to work with them, and that's how the collaboration began. The plot twist is that Microsoft secured publishing for the game on all platforms, and if you go to the PlayStation Store you can see that it's Microsoft bringing the game to PS5. Something I would say is very rare, but I guess that's what Phil Spencer meant with no red lines blocking games from going to other platforms. Now, what do you think about Phil Spencer pushing for a new Ninja Gaiden? Are you looking forward to it? Sound off in the comments. Now let's talk about Grand Theft Auto 6, and we go back to the speculation from analyst Matthew Ball last week, who said the industry expects GTA6 to be priced at $100. Many analysts have given their opinions since then, and in an interview with IGN, most of them don't think the game will be higher than $70. Rhys Elliott from Media Research said that, and I quote, "There's no need to make the base price of any game $100. Special editions, collector's editions, gold, silver editions, etc. do the same thing. And a high percentage of day one buyers jump on those at their elevated price points, so there's just no need." He does believe that Rockstar could go with a $100 price point, but in doing that they risk damaging their reputation and it's just not worthy. He also said, and I quote, "GTA 6 is going to be a cultural phenomenon and could bear a $100 price point, but player backlash would be significant, which would be a short-term gain at a long-term cost. Maximizing day one premium revenues and giving mass consumers a sticker shock is not the play here, especially in today's economy. Many gamers will play through GTA 6 single player, but online is where the engagement and recurring revenue spend happens. It's where the actual revenue comes in. Rockstar would not want to limit its total addressable market there. It's similar to what Matt Piscatella from Circana said, that there's no need to make the base price of any game $100, since the special editions do the same thing. So yeah, I don't think Rockstar will try to charge that much for GTA 6 whenever it launches. But what do you think? Would you pay $100 for Grand Theft Auto 6? Let me know in the comments. And that's it for today's PlayStation news. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any updates. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.